drive hums, we're heading out, hear the battle drums. Carrier drops in these war-torn grounds, the sky is filled with a deafening sound. Loadouts checked, our nerves are tight, it's chaos out there, but we're ready to fight. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder, canopy smashed, but we won't go under. They're too many and we're too few, is this fight too much for us to break through? In the fray, canopy's gone as the swarm comes to play. Heat overwhelmed, systems start to fail. They're closing in fast, their strength prevails. Too many to count and far too strong. This might be the end, we may not have long. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. There are too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through? With a fire, a light breaks through. We look to each other, we know what to do. Training kicks in, we form our ranks. Together we stand, there's no turning back. Outnumbered, outgunned, our ships torn asunder. Canopy smashed, but we won't go under. There are too many and we're too few. Is this fight too much for us to break through?
Greetings, Commanders, and glory to mankind. Welcome to our latest stream and Elite's latest community goal, which is focused on hauling and mining. Primarily hauling, because hauling is just significantly faster than mining, although some people prefer mining, and mining is an option too. So we are currently docked at our carrier. We set a course to the system that has the best power generator and thermal cooling unit prices next to the community goal system. So we're going to be jumping out there in about 10 minutes. And this is a chill stream, and like it's really just meant for us to kind of like chat and chill. I've gotten my Panther Clipper back out, which is something I haven't done in a while. It's a good chance to also take some time to refuel. Trip already running because I'm low on fuel supplies. It's like I've been jumping my carrier left and right. My tritium view is bugged, by the way. I have some phantom tritium from some time in the past. Like there's some oddities as always, but anyway, we managed to like stock up. And this is Swarmbane, possibly the only Panther Clipper to have soloed a Hydra in the game, and have done so, by the way, while carrying. Actually, no, I think Muku did it too with a Panther. Actually, before me, but he did it with mod shards and a sort of actual proper combat Panther. Versus I kind of waited to kit it out and have over 1,000 tons of metal alloys and do a live stream on a weekend. So it's one of two Panther Clippers that have killed a Hydra in solo combat, or any combat, I think, because I don't think you have swarms of Panthers taking on Hydras at any meaningful time. Let me see. I think there's a few other things I need to kind of sort out from a stream perspective. We'll get Snip up and running so we can see like what's playing. So we've done that. Streamer bot is up and running and works. Things are all sorted out. How are you guys all doing? Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year of Elite. Course is set. I think we're ready to go. We just need to set a course for when we do arrive. I think we have a system already saved. There we go. This is our destination, Melissa's Gate. And then the community goal is somewhere up here in Al Rai, which should be a short hop and well within the lead-in jump range of the Panther with a V1 FSD. Hey Soulkeeper, welcome to the stream. How many jumps is it? 10 jumps. Yeah, it's not faster than waiting for a carrier to jump at this point. So we're gonna wait for a carrier to jump and chill. Let's see. Everything looks in order. For once. Or once. Carrier balance is good. Let's have a look at the carrier menu, which I haven't looked for in a while. We have 35 billion in cash. This is somewhat alive, so I can improve the eye candy somewhat and switch to like streaming setting, because like right now it's on my own personal gaming setting. So limit to 60 frames per second, but we will crank up super sampling to 2.0, so it's gonna look a lot prettier. All right, there we go. Nice and smooth. Much better smooth version carrier. All right, budget is good. Everything else looks fine. All right, carrier is in working order. And I think we're good to go. So the community goal is to help the Distant Worlds 3 expedition build some deep space facility of some kind. So they are requesting to haul power generators, thermal cooling units, or mine bromelite and deliver it at the station in a system called Al Rai, which rings a bell somehow, but I'm not super like, why does Al Rai ring a bell? What is my favorite game besides Elite space games? Well, that's a tricky one, because like some of my other favorite games are space games. Like Star Sector, I'm a huge fan of Star Sector, which is an indie game, which is actually not even on Steam. It's like 15 bucks, and it's absolutely amazing. It's just awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me actually link it here, because it's worth for you guys to check it out if you're not familiar with it. It's like such a stunning game. True labor of love, which deserves a lot of support. Outside of like space games, I have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I haven't actually played it yet. Believe it or not, I haven't had a chance to. I will. It's on my list to play. I like indie games. I bought Rod Warden. I haven't, again, really I played it like 30 minutes or something, but I haven't really gotten into it. So, as always, like, you know, as a dad and as a full-time job person, you know, Elite is already a major time drain hobby with content creation to boot, and having, you know, it's just a lot. I don't have a lot of other games on my roster. Maybe one day when the kids are out of home and I retire, I'll have more time. But until then, yeah, it'll be what we have to do. Have I played any of the Ace Combat games? No, not really. It sounds like they're awesome, but no. I do have Space Engineers in my Steam library. I could never really get into it. I don't know why. It's the same with Minecraft. I mean, they're awesome games, but I don't know. It's like I just couldn't get into them. I can't explain why. I appreciate the allure, but it just wasn't, I guess, my thing. And then what else? Let me see. Actually, look at my Steam library. I mean, I've played a lot of the Paradox games. I mean, if I look at my favorites right now in my Steam library, I have Baldur's Gate 3, which I haven't played in a while. Caves of Qud, who is actually an amazing indie game. Very weird game, but amazing. Dwarf Fortress, which is awesome. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I haven't played yet. Mask of a Rose, which actually I thought was somewhat underwhelming. I mean, I love in general the whole universe that game is set in, of Fallen London, but Mask of a Rose, not my favorite. Mountain Blade Bannerlord, which is amazing. No Man's Sky, which actually is uninstalled right now. I played the Corvette release, which was fun for a while, but I mean, No Man's Sky is fun 2 weeks at a time, every 5 years, and then gets boring, at least in my opinion. I don't know why I have Oxygen not included in my favorites. I haven't played Oxygen not included in forever, but it's there. Rod Warden, as I mentioned, again, I haven't played it frequently, but, you know. Shadowrun Hong Kong, which I still need to play. I haven't played that one yet. Starcom Unknown Space, which was probably the latest game I've played besides Elite. which was actually pretty good. And not as good as Star Sector and others, but pretty good. Terra Invicta, which is actually pretty cool. X4, which I haven't played in forever, and I should, because I only played it in release, and I know it's gotten a lot better. Xenonauts 2, which is basically XCOM, a remake of XCOM, and a pretty good one. But I played a earlier beta version of that, but I'm kind of waiting for it to go, to get out of early access with a full release, and maybe then I will play it again. And then a very weird indie game called Delta V Rings of Saturn. I mean, those are all... I mean, as you can tell, it's like mostly indie games, mostly space games, or some weird thing. The only kind of true AAA games I have here are Baldur's Gate 3 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I don't know, you put No Man's Sky there again. You put No Man's Sky there. But other than that, I'm an old school gamer. I like hard games. I like games where you die over and over and over again, where you fail over. I like roguelikes. I like those kind of games. And honestly, I think that more and more modern AAA games just hold your hand throughout the whole experience. It's like, go like quest. Go to this place, talk to this person. And by the way, here's a marker on the map, and here's where you need to go. And if you're confused as to like which road you need to take, here's, by the way, a video guide of the road that you need to take. And honestly, like, I actually liked Morrowind. It was, like, I don't know if there's gamers here from, like, that time, but, like, Morrowind was Elder Scrolls 3. And it really didn't give you, like, any guidance or instruction of any kind. It was like, hey, there's this cave, which is somewhat behind this hill, 2 days of travel from this place, somewhere to the northeast. And that was it. And like you just kind of wander around, and half of the time you got completely lost and had no idea what you were looking for. Chances are you actually might stumble into something else while you were doing that, by the way. To most modern gamers, that would be incredibly frustrating. Like, oh, I don't know where I need to go. This is so frustrating. And to me, though, that was actually awesome. It was like the actual spirit of exploration, of actually going and looking for things. So yeah, that was me. Should we watch this? Yeah, Daggerfall. I actually played Daggerfall 2. Daggerfall is also a classic, but Daggerfall was a complete buggy mess. Like, it was a complete disaster, wreck of a game. Morrowind at least was not as bad. I mean, Daggerfall became a meme back in the day as just how buggy the game was. Like, you kept falling through dungeons, like, into empty space, and like, it was just terrible. But it was ambitious. It was kind of awesome in so many ways. Buggerfall, exactly. And welcome to the stream, Larry and Epionis, and everybody, all that is Jay, everybody who I haven't welcomed yet. Thank you, Cosmic Drifter. Happy New Year to you too. And but yeah, I mean, I love Daggerfall. I particularly loved Morrowind. I think it was probably my favorite of the Elder Scrolls to date. I mean, Oblivion, sure, it's great. The one based in, like, the Nords that has more mods than actual lines of code in the main game right now, which I should know by now. Skyrim, of course, Skyrim. Skyrim was awesome. I mean, it was a genre-defining game, but it didn't quite have the same allure and just, I don't know, atmosphere of Morrowind. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Morrowind, as you can tell. And the expansion of Morrowind is also pretty good. Like the one that dealt with the gods and the Vivek's capital. Right? Yeah, exactly. Like having, I mean, RNG dungeons. The problem with RNG dungeons is that they do tend to get a little stale after a while. So I mean, there's that. But they have some kind of like variety in them. Although most of the story of Daggerfall actually revolved around a small number of custom designed. What do I have on this thing? I have 2 community go point defense tours. Not that I think I'm necessarily gonna need them, but they're there. I haven't flown this Panther in a while. Like, jumps 41 light years. Like, on Layden. We'll see how much it jumps Layden. Alright, carrier is off. we are about to head out. I like the jump sequence of the carrier. I like also watching it from the bridge, although I'm kind of lazy of having to walk back and forth. I wish there was a way that like you just could click on the elevator and it would just put you on your ship instead of like having to trot through the hangar each time. I mean, it's cool to see your ship in a hangar if you want to, but having to have to do that every time, I think it gets kind of annoying. Let's see here. Volume of things so far looks good. People haven't complained yet, so that's good. Alright, we have a course set. We have... Oh, we're testing out the streamer commands. Yeah. Like, Stargate also actually puts a Hydra behind me. Like, but it's hard to see, like... I should make it so that command also makes me somewhat like transparent with like some alpha value or some kind. I've been playing with the streamer commands. Like I'm still a noob as far as live streaming is concerned, but I'm learning. All right, off we go. Ooh, I'm not used to flying this chunker. Melissa's Gate. Oh, this is really a chunker. I'm been flying around in the Mandalay Cobra Mark V, so it's gonna take some adjustment to actually get into the gist of flying the heaviest ship in the game. Which actually doesn't fly as the heaviest ship in the game, but still. You did catch a live stream. Welcome, Brandon Mulray. Hope you're doing well too. All right. Let's go. Yeah, I wish I could have like a more consistent live stream schedule, but you know, it really revolves around my family schedule and my work schedule and my everything else schedule. It's like family, work, elite, as far as like scheduling is concerned. Bear with me. As I've mentioned a few times, this is just a hobby for me, so I do what I can when I can. I have auto dock. I might disable it and just do a flight assist off docking because why not? Off. Flight assist off. Yeah, life is chaos. Gosh, this really is a chunker. I have to tricord just to kind of line myself up to a... Oof. Coming in too hot. I should be able to correct here. Yeah, I corrected. There we go. Let's see if we can dock a Panther and flight assist off without hitting anything. So far, so good. So far, so good. Coming in. A little overshot. Looking good. Yeah, boy. That's how you dock and flight assist off this super chunk. Am I still the leader of Anti-Xenos? I was never the leader of Anti-Xenos. Or if by Anti-Xenos you mean the Anti-Xeno Initiative. The leader of the Anti-Xeno Initiative is Commander Arianos Stormrage. I am one of the overseers of the Anti-Xeno Initiative, as in member of the staff team. That, yes, I am, and I am still. What are we buying? Power generators? I think it's power generators, I believe. Thermal cooling units are all gone because they have actually higher profit, I guess. So I'm actually curious as to might as well buy some. These will also be gone soon. I wish there was also a buy all button. The credits made here are like Oh, thank you, Kodragus. Appreciate it. The maintenance fees for Yamek's favorite. Yeah, those are expensive, man. Yamek's favorite is the Arx store-bought Beluga, which I bought live while co-streaming with Yamix to, in a very friendly manner, spite him. And then I took it out while full of passengers to actually try and kill a Hydra, and the Hydra decided to run away from me. Starting flight assist off. The problem with flight assist off and auto launch is auto launch tries to take over as soon as like you're not actively thrusting, and flight assist off. So now I'm trying to continuously thrust so I can get away of auto dock. Well, I kind of managed to get out somehow. Miraculous. Right. 07 Takeshi Taro. 07 Moritz Tressold. Welcome all to the stream. So now we are going to the actual community goal, and you guys need to remind me to actually sign up. Oh no, it's 2 jumps. That's so annoying. But it is what it is. To actually sign up before I sell my stuff, otherwise it won't count towards the community goal, and that would be disappointing. Alright, here we go. Yeah, no, I am certainly a prominent figure in the Anti-Xeno Initiative, but I actually appreciate not being the leader. I think Aaron does a fantastic job, and you know, leadership comes with responsibility, man. Like, if you're the leader, you gotta behave in ways that I don't necessarily always want to behave. So I appreciate that Aaron has that role and that mantle, and he is an outstanding leader, of which I am proud to have him as my leader in the Anti-Xeno Initiative, as I'm sure most others are too. Hey Mootsie, welcome to the stream. Hey Google Superstar, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. My screen is tearing. Do you guys see my screen tearing? When I go left. Oh no, only when it's very weird. I don't know why that was happening. I have VSync off, but G-Sync is, I mean, I don't know, there's weird things happening. Yeah, I mean, look, leadership is not for everybody. It's like, I do lead the Xeno Strike Force, of which, by the way, Mootsie is a member who just joined us here. But it's a much smaller group and much more focused and less chaotic and more disciplined and organized than the Xeno Strike Force, which is humongous and very sort of diverse, and it's a very different thing. Like, they're related, but they're a very different thing. Which is the community goal station I need to go to again? Let's check. Surveyor's Reach. Surveyor's Reach. Please tell me it's not a medium station. Bounce Hub. Where is Surveyor's Reach? Oh, Surveyor's Reach. There you go. So we are here. The chat is surprisingly quiet for a community goal system, I will say. Especially when there's a lot of credits to be made. Do I use HOTAS or HOSAS? Occasionally. In fact, I made a video of using them. I can post a link to it if you want to see my take on HOSAS in particular. I'll post it in the chat in a second here as soon as I manage to copy the link. There you go. That is the HOSAS version. SRB rails. I'm a fan of long-range rails. I know some people are, you know, into like the short-range blaster version, but joy to mankind and happy hauling, mining, all. Now Tomcat is here. Tomcat is a member of the Anti-Xeno Initiative as well. Seeing who else, if I recognize any of our names, but not immediately. Mootsie, well, Mootie's on stream and in the system. 07, Mootsie on both. Yeah, I mean, the VKB and the Wing Wing are very, very similar. I mean, it's really hard to tell, like, whether it's kind of worth price premium on the VKBs. I think one thing that does come into play is apparently the VKBs are very expensive in Europe. I don't know if because of tariffs or whatever reason. I mean, in the US, the price difference is very small, but in Europe, the price difference is pretty significant. All right, so we dock and flight assists with... No, I don't even know where the pad is. I mean, better to kind of use the time chatting. So let's turn auto dock on again. I need more cargo racks. I actually honestly don't, because like my Panther cannot fit more class 5 cargo racks. I guess I put them on my type 8, but I mean, does it really make a difference? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure that it will be a game changer and all. So Type 11, yeah, it makes sense to use them in Type 11 too if you go mining. Go to more engineer. Glory to FOMO. That's really what it is. What's the ganker situation at the moment in the system? I mean, it's CG will always be gankers in open. All right, let's turn in. Hey, Del Romanian, welcome to the stream. 07, Alex, hello. Welcome to the stream. And so, what I need to do? I need to sign up to a community goal. How long do we have to wait for the Type 11 to be out of early access? Random amount of time. Usually around 3 or 4 months. But that's all I got for you. Like reality is nobody really knows. Community goals, board. What am I doing? Selling stuff, I guess. I guess I'm selling stuff. I wish there was also like a sell all button. How much money did I make? Some good amount of money, right? I kind of lost. And I became friends with them. Cool. So let's head back to more than 3 months. Yeah, it could be a little more. It should be 1 jump back. It's 1 jump there and 2 jumps back. All right. No issue, no ganker, so okay. And off we go. 4 or 5 month ships already. Yeah. Somewhere between 3 and 6 months, I think, is the 95% confidence answer. Also, they haven't even sort of teased any new ships, so I think for the time being, they will probably just try and. I think my hunch, I'm trying to remember exactly how it played out, but in general, they generally had 2 ships in early access overlapping for the most part before they kind of released a 3rd or new one. Where am I going? I'm going to the Melissa's Gate. Here we go. My screen is staring pretty badly in ways that I've not seen before, even though I have G-Sync enabled. That's something maybe weird with the NVIDIA drivers I updated or something like that. Or maybe I should just enable VSync. But if I enable VSync, I probably can't. Something weird happening. Frame rate, maybe it's it's probably the frame rate limit that's doing very weird things. I see. How about we enable the frame rate limit and turn this off? Let's see if this is actually going to be a little smoother. This still limits at 60 Hz. Did I not turn this off correctly? Elite is behaving oddly. Refresh rate, vertical sync is on, borderless is on. Ooh, I think I know what the issue is. I think I have my display set at 60 Hz after I install the NVIDIA drivers. I was like, this is all feeling very, very weird. But if I change it right now, it's gonna completely mess up the stream, so I'm not gonna do it. Not that it matters, because the stream is like streaming at 60 frames per second, so you guys are seeing it at 60 frames per second. But I'm used to seeing it at 144, so it's a bit different of my experience on my end here. All right, let's do another flight assist off docking of this chunker. Ideally requesting permission before we do that, otherwise it would be off.
Mr. Random security scans on your approach. Authorization cleared. Make your way to landing pad 09.
Yeah, I think the issue is, yeah, the frame rate on my display. Byte assist off docking this chunker is tricky. I mean, I feel as if docking in general is not tricky once you get the hang of it, but when ships are so heavy, oh man.
Restricted zone.
You gotta manage your speed somewhat. Oof. I think we got it. Going up too much. Down, left. Ah, no, bonk. That was not great. Not my best landing. Oh, I had my landing gear down, by the way, which I should not have, like, before I get through the mail slot. Like, once we're in, it kind of starts getting chill. There we go. Oh, oh. Yeah, definitely not my finest landing in FA off. Come on, there you go. Someone use music.
Deploying ground crew.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, Kakabixis, isn't it? Like, Kakabixless. I think I got it sort of right. And good evening. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. Alright, so let's stock up on commodities again. I'll just buy these since it saves me some time buying it. So B. I'll try to remember B. What system do you use to stream? Is it OBS or something else? Yes, I do use OBS and I multi-stream. So I have at this point a somewhat complicated setup. I use OBS and then I use the Stream Elements plugin to multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And then I use StreamerBot for chat integration. That gives me multi-chat. It gives the ticker at the bottom of the screen that you see here. It does a bunch of useful things. No, I don't think they can change it. I wish they could, but not happening. Uh-oh. Yeah, auto launch and the flight assist off don't go together. Let's set a course back to our destination. Recommend to stream 1080p on Kick too. Kick won't let you go higher. Yeah, so I think on Twitch, I can't remember what I said it on Twitch. I think it's definitely, so Twitch has lower latency but also lower bit rate. So you can see things sort of in closer to real time, like by 4 or 5 seconds on Twitch, but the stream quality is lower. And Kick, honestly, I tried Kick for a while, but I got so annoyed. It was like everything was a bot and the whole experience felt so unpolished and just, I don't know, I got bad vibes from Kick as a platform. So like I kind of dropped it, and I'm not, I could turn it on. It's just a click of a button. I could turn the Kick streaming on as well, but I don't bother honestly at this point. I just got bad vibes from that platform. Yeah, I should start streaming. Like, you know, it's an activity. It's interesting. You get to chat, meet people, and learn a lot about the game. Things that you didn't know. I learn pretty much. Every stream I do, I learn something new about Elite because somebody tells me, "Hey, did you know?" And I was like, "I had no idea." That's interesting. $16,000 tons. That is a lot of tons. I don't think I'm going to do 16,000 tons. Certainly not today. Where is it again? Surveyor's Reach. There's a conflict zone right next to it. I'm going the wrong way. Alright. And let's flex a little bit here. I once. Right. Oh no. In open play. That was a fun one. Great video and video settings the other day. Oh, thank you, Alex. I'm glad it was helpful. A lot of people are saying it has been helpful. So, like, it's one of those very confusing Elite things that unless somebody explains it to you, you're like, no idea. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I mean, it does look the best with the LDSR, honestly. Like, or rather, it's the best performance quality trade-off. Am I still at 60 frames per second? There's something weird going on. Like, let's see if I can fix it. Because like, there's something locking my frame rate at 60, and I don't know what it is. Critical sync is off. I turn it off. I don't think that setting for. Oh, now it's not. Now it's working properly. All right, cool. Am I not auto docking? Did I turn auto docking off? Yes, I did. I'll turn it back on. 14 flights? Yeah, 14 flights still a good number. Just for going back and forth. What this year in ED may hold? Well, operations, obviously. So this concept of running essentially missions with a combination of in space and on foot, escalating encounters, if you will, which is meant to be done in a wing, so with groups up to 4 people, which is actually not dumb because the network infrastructure of Elite is terrible, and so trying to do with more than that is going to be tricky. Raid ground battles is coming. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, anything that has more than 4 or 5 people in this game starts breaking down, and you need like perfect conditions with people that have configured things properly and geo-sharding, geo-affinity to make things even remotely hold up. So it doesn't organically work. And there's nothing you can do to fix it because it's a core networking infrastructure of a game that is peer-to-peer. So you might as well just start a new game from scratch if you were trying to fix that. It's just not possible to fix an Elite. All right, next hall. Hey, Jonilo, welcome, and welcome to Elite. Great to have you among us. 2 weeks ago, oh man, that feels so fresh. It feels so fresh. Signed up for Distant Worlds free, got assigned to mining, nice. Do I need to prepare my Python in some way, like Scoop for Distant World? So, I'm not an exploration commander. I know a thing or two about exploration, but I don't need an exploration. But I'm not an exploration commander, so take my advice as like common advice, not specialized, super refined, super smart advice. But if you're going into the black, you're gonna need a few things. Number one, you're gonna need a fuel scoop, for sure. The largest fuel scoop you can get, ideally a Class A fuel scoop. Pretty important to have that. You want the best frameshift drive you can get, which is usually an A-rated frameshift drive. And if perchance you manage to make a trip to Felicity Farseer and have the materials to engineer your frameshift drive, that's going to give you a nice little boost. Again, depending on how much time you have to play before you leave for Distant Worlds free, getting the Guardian FSD booster gives you a pretty significant jump range extension, and it's a really nice thing to have in an explorer ship. And you know, that's really it as far as like an explorer is concerned. You need a fuel scoop, you need a nice jump drive, and if you have a frameshift drive booster, that's gravy. Everything else for an explorer starts becoming optional. Like typically, explorer run D-rated modules for thrusters and the like. No, thrusters it's either a trade-off between A and D-rated, but like D-rated modules are common for explorer builds because they are light, and as a result, they make you jump further. So D-rated life support, D-rated sensors. That's usually the way to go with explorer builds. And yeah, having an SRV, like a service reconnaissance vehicle, the Scarab ideally for exploration. The Scorpion is more of a combat SRV, is also something explorer builds will generally have. And especially if you're going out to distance world, you definitely will want to bring a Scarab in an SRV bay along with you. That's the basis of an explorer build. A miner is somewhat more complicated because a miner requires a bunch of specialized equipment to actually mine. You're going to need a refinery. You're going to need cargo racks, obviously, to hold limpets and to hold your mined goods. You're going to need a prospector limpet controller to prospect asteroids and to get better yields. You're going to need collector limpet controllers to get the chunks that you mine from rocks. And then it depends on what kind of mining you're doing. If you're doing laser mining, you're going to need, well, obviously laser miners. If you use, if you want to do core mining instead, you're going to need seismic mine launchers. If you want to do subsurface mining, you need subsurface mining missiles. If you do surface mining, you're going to need abrasion blasters, etc., etc., etc. So mining gets a little bit more specialized as far as builds is concerned. But exploration builds are very simple. Am I going to be mining? No, I'm really hauling, and I don't know that mining would beat hauling here. I didn't actually catch how much money I made out of the previous haul, but now we will check. And I'm going to try my flight assist off docking again, simply to get my flight assist off. So you can bring a universal controller, but not. It doesn't actually have the best prospector limpets if you do that, and it has limitations on its collector limpets too. So I don't know. You can bring the universal limpet controller, but. Oh wait, does the Python even have a Class 7? I don't even know if a Python has a Mark 7. So if a Python doesn't have a Mark 7 slot, you can't even bring a universal limpet controller. I'm kind of drifting up here. Hey, Henry Shoots. Grom, yeah, Grom. Like everybody was like, Grom is fighting with Arissa and respects Ziada, and then look at what happened last week. There was like a massive head-to-head fight between Arissa and Grom on a system that had over 1 million control points dumped into it. But laser mining is the most efficient, but in my opinion also the most boring. So if you're going for efficiency, laser mining is great. If you're going for fun, honestly, core mining is a lot more fun than laser mining. Laser mining really gets boring, in my opinion. Whoa, 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 there we go. Almost perfect docking. Almost perfect. Yeah, colonizing is cool too. Did you win, by the way? Like as Grom? I can't remember what happened in the Enclave and whether Grom got the system in the end or Arissa got it. Like, kind of curious now. Who got that system? Was it this one? that you guys got. Maybe. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more blue and purple coming up. Python laser mining can be very meditative. Yeah, a lot of things in the league can be very meditative. Like hauling things back and forth, like we're doing here is kind of very meditative while chatting away with you guys. So it's somewhat less meditative, which is good because I'm just doing this would be too meditative for my own standards. Where's my stuff that I'm supposed to sell? Oh, I'm supposed to buy it here. I'm in the wrong. See, too much meditation. Getting really confused. Hey, Crazy for Life, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's head out.
Ship release. Go for departure.
There's a weird 26 jump by Imps, not saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of. If you're somewhat kind of implying that there was cheating going on, I don't know. I don't think 26,000 is enough to sort of suggest there was cheating. It's probably somebody who dumped a bunch of exploration data or exobiology data or some other. Reckless flying. Come on.
Watch where you're flying.
Come on. That's so annoying. I didn't deserve that. I did not deserve that. Back to a realistic mode. Grom got it. Good. Kudos, Grom. Well done.
You have exceeded the station exclusion zone. FFC signing off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it, in my opinion. The work I did in Power Play, I did in open entirely. I feel it's kind of like how it's really supposed to be. Elite in exploration have 10 billions. Nice. How much do I really need for a fleet carrier upgrades and stuff? Good question, Jarlin. Typically, what people recommend to initially kit out fleet carrier is around 7 billion. So you are well past that point. So you're good. Go ahead and buy your carrier. It's going to change your game. Trust me. It's going to be awesome. I grew up in Europe, and then I moved to the US, and now I live in New York. I agree, Soulkeeper. I think, and I made that point in one of the latest videos about the Radicoida War. The way I see it is, Power Play should give you merits for personal purposes in solo NPG. So unlocking modules, making money, whatever you kind of do for your own sake. I'm not fussed about that at all. If you want to unlock all the modules and get to rank 100 with Blue Hair Princess all by yourself, I really, really don't care. However, control points are a different story. If you're going to play to affect the politics of the galaxy, I don't think it's fair to let people do that when they're completely out of reach and kind of, if that's just not realistic, it's not in the spirit of Power Play. I think the politics of Power Play should be done exclusively in open, or at the very least in a way that is open boosted, so that if you play in open, you get 5x the merits or something like that. You can still get some merits if you do things in solo, but not in a way that's like really kind of competitive. Still haven't noticed like how much money we make by selling stuff here. I'll check this time. Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody's hiding in solo, and it's like, lame. Am I Greek? No, I'm not Greek. Not too far, but not Greek. $40 million a trip. Oh, that's good money for most people. It's not AX money, but it's not bad money. PvP heavily favors your attacker. Well, it doesn't necessarily heavily favor your attacker. It heavily favors whoever is in a combat ship. But, I mean, that is kind of fair if you ask me. You can choose to be in a PvE ship. Oh, Void Coefficient is here. Hello. Hi. Hi, hi. In our XSF uniforms. Also in a Panther. Like Xenostrike 4 says, hauling. Hey, Daddy G88. Why don't we put Guardian module reinforcements on an AX build? Now is a very good question. They have higher integrity than regular ones, don't they? So why wouldn't you put them instead of a regular ones? There's two reasons why we use, or why at least I prefer regular module reinforcement packages over the Guardian ones, even though they have 10% like lower integrity. Number one is Guardian module reinforcement packages use power. And since they use power, they put strain on your grid, they generate heat. Oh, and right behind the void coefficients, that's cool. And AX builds don't like heat. AX builds like to run cold. So anything that generates power, that generates heat through using power, not that great. The effect is not huge though, so that doesn't matter all that much, to be candid. And by the way, I lost again how much money we made, but whatever. Whoa, sorry. Sorry, Void. I kind of almost bumped into him. The bigger reason why I personally don't use Guardian module reinforcement packages is because since they are powered, when you repair them, they turn off. When you repair, and when you are repairing normal ones, they still work. They don't go offline. However, when you repair Guardian ones, they do go offline and they do stop working. And that is incredibly annoying because, like, you basically have no protection while you're repairing MRPs, and MRPs can take quite a while to repair. So if you're repairing, say, all 3 of your MRPs, and you're distracted because you're chatting with people answering their questions on stream, for example, and a Hydra decides to look at you the wrong way and kind of fires a straight volley into you, boom, pop goes your canopy because you have no MRPs. And that's profoundly annoying, as you can tell. So the main reason I don't use MRPs is because they got turned off when they repair. The power consumption is a secondary fact. Hey, Kai Brunis, welcome to the stream. Let's go, Melissa. Okay. We're all in Panthers, yeah. That's right. But has your Panther killed a Hydra? That's the question. Right. No, you're welcome, Daddy G. Just get ganked in VP Recon by 7 dudes with small ships geared to VP, and you'll see what I mean. Oh, I did get ganked by Rs-145 in my Railconda in his Corsair geared for PvP. But look, the way I see it is that is fair game. As in, I was there in a PvE build, and I was there fighting against NPCs. We were all getting merits. I completely knew that I was open to attack based on PvP builds, and I was keeping an eye for it. And most of the time when somebody got in a PvP build and came after me, I managed to get out quickly enough. I felt that was part of a sort of like build trade-off competitive experience of open play. That is actually what power play is meant to be. Like, if you want to fight one-on-one, and if you want to play the sort of like combat air patrol role, you go and have a PvP build. If you want to play the instead, you know, mine for merits role, then you go in a PvE build. And ideally you also have some kind of combination so that you can try and kind of hold things off. That's really what I see power play as kind of meant to be. It doesn't work that way today, but at least that's how I envision it. Is this CG profitable? Yeah, very. It's like many CGs, it's incredibly profitable credit-wise. Like, whether it's gonna give you fleet carrier money or not, we'll see. Again, I haven't been really paying attention to how much money it gives. Like, people who might have actually been watching my stream might know and can tell you, but the money's good. The money's good. Celine Jean. That's great progress. Crazy. Nice. Celine Jean is actually a really good engineer, by the way. I don't have an AX setup, although I got Muscar and stuff unlocked too. Okay, well, you can always make one eventually. Like, I know I need to pay my fine. I can't do anything else unless I pay my fine, so I will pay my fine. Yeah. Mining is... Oh, I got promoted. Hey, guys. I got promoted in Elite 4. So I guess I have made some money. Is there even any enjoyment in destroying players in PvE builds that have no chance against your PvP build? Well, I mean, for one, that's a question you should ask people who kind of play that way more than me. I can give you my perspective on that. And, but I can't guarantee that it's kind of a universal perspective. Let me pay my fine so I can actually buy stuff, and then I will comment on your question / observation. I mean, look, if you're doing power play, and again, you are out there in a role of like combat air patrol area denial, then your role is to destroy people who are mining merits, either in combat zones or in asteroid belts. So to me, that again is fair game. Like you are sort of the military, if you want, and acting in a military capacity, and the role you're playing is to either chase them off, so prevent them from earning merits, or if you can catch them, destroy them, so that you'll make them eat the rebuy as well, which again is fair game in competitive PvP play, in my personal point of view. Like, sometimes you might even face hostile PvP forces and engage in an actually pitched battle. Sometimes you might not, and you're just hunting for like the troop carriers in the Atlantic as a U-boat that has, for whatever reason, no escort. Like, was that not fair game during World War II? Well, yeah, it was fair game. Like, in fact, that was the primary mission of U-boats, not to shoot down battleships. It was to shoot down merchant vessels and troop carriers. That was the highest value targets for interdiction type of activities. How long is the run on those thermal units? It's 1 jump to load, 2 jump to sell. Yeah, the 0 rebuy makes it less interesting in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah, the amount of grind in Elite is crazy, I agree. It's like really, really high for not a lot of good reasons. If you go for numbers delivered, you don't do promo because you need to mine. It takes forever. Yeah, that's the point, though, Romania. That's why I'm going hauling. You'll have to more than 6k delivered at the end, probably. I'm not sure where it's gonna be, but I also don't think this is gonna be so sweaty as like some of the average CGs where they gave out like, I don't know, like 4 of these. The fact that they're giving out 1 of these and for like only for secondary ships because you can't put it on a Panther means that I think people are going to be less crazy excited about it. Yeah, cool. Like, some people like to play the lawful way and fight gankers and fight people who are actively interdicting players as well. I mean, that's really part of a gameplay. I mean, there's nice ways to go about it. There's not so nice ways to go about it, but if you go with a nice way to go about it, I think that's fair and legit. Did you get them to work right, Crazy Life? What was the trick? Like, I'm curious. See, talking about things I learned on stream. Like, I heard so many inconsistent things about limpets working and not working at brain trees, and you need to be at an angle, you need to be straight, you need to do this. Is to be level flat over top the tree, still failed a bit, but worth it. Okay. So the trick is to basically put your ship level with the horizon. That's the trick. I'll try it at some point. Next time I need to go and stock up, I will try it. Do you know how to get passenger messengers to your colonies? I assume you mean in your colonies. They show up just fine in my colonies. So I heard that there was a number of systems where they didn't show. I don't know if it has to do with like weekly activation or if there's like a bigger fundamental reason as to why they don't show up in certain places, but they show up just fine in my colony, so I can't really help you beyond that. 07. Any libraries here? How does this game not have a max button instead of holding when buy? Yeah, I know. I agree. There should be like a buy all or fill or like whatever that is. $30K is a lot, Victoria Greenwood. Wow. Come on, drop me. Alright, now I'm gonna pay attention to like how much money we make. I promise. Alright. There we go. 07 Zedzevedo. Yeah, well, I'm glad they sped it up now. So, man, that was definitely an improvement and a nice quality of life enhancement. Federation of the Order Elite 4. This is, I think trading is by far the easiest. Is that trade Elite 4? How did I get that message if I'm already like almost at Elite 5? There's something weird going on. Oh, the tourist location is what does it. I see. Interesting. Alright, let's have a look at how much money we make selling this stuff. 28 million profit. Nice. 28 million profit is actually quite nice for like a loop that takes, I don't know, 5 minutes to do. Like, how much time does it take? 32. Let's see how quickly we can do it. 32 minutes is when we started. Somebody type it in the chat or remind me. So let's see if we can speed run it. How long does it take to colonize a small outpost or small planetary base? I haven't done anything with it, but want a little pirate report. Not very long. I think doing a tier 1 primary port is maybe 3 or 4 hours of hauling. Something like that. Right. The big ones though are crazy. Like a tier 3 is 40 hours of hauling. You don't want to do that. Set a course for our destination. This isn't exactly the speedrun version of it, but whatever. Yeah, finding a system is challenging. Like finding something you find interesting that has not already been taken and is not crazy far away is not easy at this point in time. Check out Raven Colonial, by the way, once you do start a system. That tool is incredible. What did I do? I don't know. What did I do? Oh, I think you're talking to Shadow. Or I guess, or something like that. By the way, YouTube has rolled out this new feature that if you're scrolling on the shorts feed, it... hold on a second, guys. Give me a sec. Wife calls, and when wife calls, you answer. Trust me, important life lesson. Yeah, Raven Colonial is amazing. All right, here we are at our loading station.
Sierra, Whiskey Alpha. This is Federal Flight Control. You are required to...
You're getting NPC AX vouchers, one-shotting Medusas. You gotta tell me how that works, 'cause like that sounds interesting. All right.
09. Assisted docking initiated.
Is there a good guide you could send me that tells what kind of stuff you want depending on what type colony you want to build? Well, yes, I wrote it. I wrote most of it, in fact. It's called the Elite Colonization Mega Guide. And it is only 120 pages, so a very quick read. Let me find the link for you. There you go. I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding? I got to smile. Ah, you're kidding. I mean, no, I'm not kidding. It is actually 120 pages. But I think it does meet the qualification of good guide. If you want, I mean, there's a few videos I made that are helpful, I think, that talk about colonization.
Docking completed. Deploying ground.
Colonize. So this is the video tutorial of Raven Colonial, which also has the link to the tool. Then there's a tutorial on building refineries specifically, which is probably the most like in-demand type of economy. So like this is no longer a speed run, by the way. This is a chat run. That is a very odd thing, I will say. Like, I wish you had a video because I'd love to see it. Set a course for way back. Mega Guide is a bit complex. Colonization is a bit complex. Mega Guide is a way to try and make it digestible, even though like it remains somewhat complex to your point. I honestly thought about it, and I'm not sure I would even know how to do that. Because different people are interested in different things, and there's no, there's no one cheat sheet that I can think of that is like, the 2-page version of a Mega Guide. Yeah, no, you can't one-shot a Medusa with 2 hardpoints. I mean, you can't one-shot a Medusa in a single ship, even. Like, no matter how guns that single ship has. The AX battles are one-shotting them only when I'm out of range after killing 3 or 5 hearts. I get no credit for it. Yeah, that happens. Like, you need to be in the wing. You need to be in the wing that gets the final kill to get credit for the kill. I'm glad you like it, Tobias. Tobias Leibig. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, thermal cooling units are worth more, but there's no supply. So unfortunately, that doesn't work here. At least not at this station. Does trading get more exciting in the endgame? No. Trading remains as boring as it is for you right now. Combat is exciting. Combat is really exciting in the game, in my opinion. Some forms of mining are interesting, not laser mining, but core mining is fun for a while. AX combat is the finest, most fun I personally have in Elite. I might be a little biased, but yeah, that's how I feel. How many FOMO CG rewards will I miss if I take part in DW3? I don't know, Akan. I honestly don't think that they're gonna make a lot of FOMO things. I think they're very excited about Distant Worlds 3 and they're supporting it. I mean, they're talking about it with Galnet, and they're doing social posts, and they're doing community goals. So they clearly are supporting Distant Worlds 3. So I would be really surprised if they do a FOMO that requires you to be in the bubble while Distant Worlds is out, because they would really piss off a lot of people, and they know that. They know that. So I don't think they're gonna do those. Do you have any tips for Legacy Horizons players? A lot of third-party tools aren't accurate. So my biggest tip is move to live, man. It's time to move to live. It was time to move to live 6 months ago. And if you're on console and you don't think you can move to live, you still can. Just use GeForce Now, and it still works even on console. It's time to move to live. Sorry, I really can't see us continuing to invest in a game mode that is effectively out of support. Bring a Caspian just to come back in case. Well, yeah, that works. Bruxme, I think there's different feelings. I think some people are kind of, honestly, a little bit fed up with content of Elite being most focused on the war, and they were ready to move on. And now we have moved on. We've moved on for like a year. So, like, we'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, maybe there was some cheating going on there, Kai. Or maybe something else was going on, I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't sound possible or normal. This just doesn't feel right, by the way. It's just so odd. Oh, no, I clicked now. I see. There was a visual glitch. Now it does make sense. Oh, thank you, Board Coefficient. Yeah, I'm gonna sort of reaching the end of my hauling, but it's good to know. Ben, you should watch some of the things on my channel, Crazy for Life. I have a few. I might have a few videos about Elite Dangerous, just a handful. Alright, and with that, guys, I think we reached the amount of time we had available for today. Thank you for keeping me company and joining me on us hauling away at this community goal. And I don't know, like, how did we do? This doesn't update in real time, so we did 5,000 or 6,000 tons, so it's a start. Yeah, I'm a noob. I have only... How much time do I have in the game? I'm not sure I want to check. It's scary. Should I really check? All right, let's have a look. I only have 28 weeks, 1 day, 8 hours, and 34 minutes of playtime. 28 weeks. That is 6 months. More than that. It's 6 months and change. 6 in-game months in Elite. You do the hour conversion because it's too complicated and I can't do the math. All right, folks, thank you for joining the stream. Glory to mankind. Commander Meccan out.